Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a lot of great comic book movies this year. A lot of great comic book TV shows, even episodes. We've also had a lot of cool moments. And when I think of cool moments, the first thing that comes to my head is Deadpool counting bullets on the highway. Oh my god, let's count them down. How many villains did he kill? With just 12 bullets. 2 guns. Oh my god. And the meta jokes, the humor, just motherfucker, just getting shot in the ass.
Like, what an introduction to that character of Wade Wilson and that character of Deadpool. First, 15 minutes opens up, and it kind of stretches out in between flashbacks. He's cutting guys in half, he's doing all these flips. What about that shot that takes out 3 people at once, his final bullet going straight through? That is a pretty cool combo moment. I can't disagree. But, I mean, it wasn't the only cool combo moment. What about Batman saving Martha Kent? Everyone wants to talk about that Martha moment, and you know what? Maybe I can't defend that, but I can defend Batman going in like a bat in the night, like Arkham games of old, and just destroying everybody in his path. That grappling hook, almost like a Mortal Kombat-esque get over here technique of being able to knock everybody down. Listen, there were a lot of cool moments in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, but nothing beats Batman going up against a guy with a flamethrower and that whole thing of, oh, I'm a friend of your son's. We were waiting for Batman and Superman to share the screen, and we were able to see Batman hold Martha Kent in his arms. No Martha's died tonight. Batman saves Martha has to be the coolest moment of 2000.
No, but Batman saved one person. When I think of the coolest moment with saving people, listen, you guys seen X-Men Apocalypse, obviously. Quicksilver saving the entire population of that mansion in like 3 seconds. Just going through each room, throwing them out the window, going through each classroom, just zoom, 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 zoom. Oh my god, like the way they did it in slow motion was amazing. Him even stopping to drink whatever soda that was, eating some pizza, that was fun. That was a cool moment. And then he just ends it all with the wow, like, because he saved an entire school in 5 seconds from a bomb and a nuclear explosion. That blew my mind. He steals the show every movie.
And what a cool song for this one. I mean, he did steal the show in the movie prior, but Sweet Dreams Are Made of These, blaring through those speakers in that 80s setting, and watching him save the entire X-Mansion, you're right, it is incredible. And you know what? We do see a lot of people getting saved. This superhero thing, you know, it's a lot about saving. You know who's not about saving too much? The Punisher. Because guess what? He is about punishing. And one of the coolest moments in 2016 is Punisher punishing everybody in that prison.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
Now let me set this up. We have the Kingpin, Locke, Frank Castle, inside a prison of some of the worst people to ever be locked up. Murderers, killers, gangsters, drug runners, everybody in there. And Frank Castle almost on his own by himself in a full white jumpsuit, taking on all these orange-clad goons was something amazing. We saw a different level of brutality in that we've never seen before. Bones are breaking, and the pure gore of it was incredible. It was cool to see that Frank Castle could still get his hands dirty. And speaking of getting dirty, that blood symbol of the Punisher on his jumpsuit, coolest moment, bro. Has to be the coolest moment of 2016.
He pulls a piece of a broomstick out of his forearm. That was awesome. Let me just pull out and continue to keep fighting. But if we're gonna talk about fights, you gotta talk about the airport battle. Come on, people.
You talking about Civil War?
Giant Man.
Yeah, there was Giant Man.
Spider-Man, and sharing the same screen time, sharing the same area with Captain America and Iron Man. Like, come on. I mean, yeah, Scarlet Witch could have ended that whole thing in like 2 seconds, you know. Her and Vision just...
seeing her in action was awesome too. And think about like how long we've been waiting for this battle, all the trailers leading up to this battle. I would say it's probably the most fulfilling battle on this list. I mean, when you talk about how long we were waiting for this moment to happen, and once the battle actually starts, it's non-stop from start to finish.
It's heroes versus heroes. It's not even heroes versus villains. It's Captain America and his team versus Iron Man and his team. But just when you see them all running together, running towards us, It's like, oh my god.
And you're right, it is heroes versus heroes, because we're so used to seeing heroes versus villains. But how about something a step further? How about heroes versus aliens? I'm talking about the 4-night CW crossover that took place between Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. And what is a more comic book storyline than aliens coming down to fight the heroes of Earth? We always talk about Earth's mightiest heroes here, and this CW may be a mini Justice League, but they handled everybody in their path. I mean, we have somebody that's kind of like Superman, somebody that's kind of like Batman, The Flash in there doing his thing, the entire cast of Legends of Tomorrow. It was badass, and it was the closest thing we can get to a Justice League before that movie comes out. I'm gonna have to say that Heroes versus Aliens was the coolest thing in 2016 because we wanted it and we needed it, and we got our little version of the Justice League. One thing's for sure, we were definitely spoiled in 2016.
Oh, we really were.
Some things that weren't even on this list, like you said, the creation of Doomsday, which was pretty cool, even though it didn't happen 100% like we.
Well, it was still an on-screen debut for Doomsday. It was still his very first movie.
Or Peter Parker bumping into Tony Stark. That whole introduction was amazing.
Or Aunt Bay.
Oh,
Aunt Bay.
Aunt Bay. Are you shipping those two already?
Aunt Bay, yes I am.
Tom Holland, we need to figure out what's going on that side. But we had to narrow it down to these 6 nominees, and they're some of the best and coolest things that happened in 2016. And the Click has voted. The Click has said that the coolest things that happened in 2016 regarding comic books and comic book media has to be the airport battle from Captain America.
Giant Man, people!
You're right.
Giant Man!
And it left a giant impression on each and every one of us. Wow. I mean, just wow. What spectacle. Clint Barton going off against Black Panther and I don't care, and trying to introduce himself.
That was funny.
I don't care.
That was funny.
You having Scarlet Witch pull vehicles down to attack Iron Man. Amazing. Seeing Rhodey get shot out of the sky.
That was pretty messed up.
Out of control. There's no doubt about it. The airport battle from Civil War wins 2016's coolest comic book moment.
Giant Man!
Let's take a little step back from the big silver screen and look about some of the great things that happen in TV. We have some great seasons of comic book television, some brand new shows that have never debuted before. And you know what? When I think of the best TV shows, seasons of TV shows, of comic books in 2016, I gotta go with Daredevil Season 2. Daredevil Season 2 picks right up where Daredevil Season 1 left off. Foggy knows all about Matt Murdock being the Daredevil. We get the introduction of the Punisher and Elektra, 2 big people in the Daredevil mythos, and we get the battle of Daredevil versus the Hand, which spans the entirety of Daredevil's continuity. This ninja army that's right there just trying to keep Hell's Kitchen, in their clutches is some of the best drama I've ever seen. The action is always on point, and Frank Castle is a welcome addition to the cast of Daredevil, especially in Season 2.
Not Elektra.
Elektra's big.
And then we have other great shows, like the CW is doing amazing things right now, especially with Legends of Tomorrow, with all these new additions for superheroes that we've never seen on any kind of silver screen. Like, I love the Atom. Like what is it, White Canary?
White Canary, Atom, Heatwave, Rip Hunter. These people have.
There's also villains on there too.
I'm
villains.
I'm not ashamed to say that some of these are B, C, even D level characters that we were able to bring to life for the first time in their first season, Legends of Tomorrow. And a time traveling show, a time traveling superhero show.
And any show that introduces Vandal Savage is a show worth watching. Definitely get on that.
DC is definitely doing their thing, and that's why my pick is the newest show to come to DC because it left its former home on a different network, and I'm talking about Supergirl. Supergirl brings hope and light to the block of shows on CW, and I'm not saying that the rest of them are dark. I'm just saying that Supergirl is definitely that light at the end of the tunnel. For Superman fans, there are a ton of Superman stories with Supergirl right there in the middle. It was cool to see some of those Superman villains in the mix with Kara Zor-El and how she is trying to adapt to things here on Earth. And I gotta say, it's important to have a female-led superhero show.
Yes.
The only female-led superhero show on this list, Supergirl. Melissa Benoist does a tremendous job in her role as Supergirl, and again, I'm saying it has to be Rookie of the Year and Best TV Show for 2016.
You gotta remember, no CW program will be complete without Arrow. Arrow has helped pave the way for all of these amazing shows that are out right now. I mean, and Steve Amell he's just doing things. I don't even understand how this man. You see those workouts that he does where he like does that pull-up shit?
Definitely.
That pull-up shit is crazy. I can't even lie. And Diggle's awesome. And his sister.
We got Dia. Dia is awesome. And Dia, some big steps over there in season 4. We get Damon Dark, who shows up for the first time in season 4 to deal with Ali, and Ali is dealing with all the baggage that he's had to deal with the League of Assassins. He's trying to be a different Arrow, and it was definitely cool to see Steve Amell take down some of the big bads that were in season 4. I talked earlier about rookies on this list, and the biggest, baddest rookie on this list has to be Luke Cage, who made his debut in September on Netflix. And Luke Cage, although we're talking about superheroes and superhero television shows, I have to say, deals with some very real issues. It deals with issues of racism, it deals with issues of discrimination, it deals with police body cams and just identity, it deals with all the things that happen in low-income neighborhoods and neighborhoods that are strife with crime. We get to see an actual neighborhood fought on the good and the bad to see what it takes to actually save some of the homes that we have ourselves. This is the third Marvel Netflix show to debut, and we're waiting for Iron Fist. But even without both heroes for hire, Luke Cage is my pick for the best comic book TV show of 2016.
If we're gonna go with picks, 'cause I haven't even picked anything. I'm just naming all these awesome nominees, but my personal pick is definitely The Flash. I think The Flash is amazing. The introduction of alternate worlds and Earth 2 and 3 and all that. Just the whole fights with Zoom, and even all the different Rogues Gallery that they have. The fact that they're bringing in the Rogues Gallery is just amazing, because it's not just Captain Cold and Heatwave. There's a lot more villains to Flash's Rogues Gallery.
And to see them all come to life on the CW was amazing. Seeing Flash deal with all his new powers, and even it was an episode of Flash that introduced the Legends of Tomorrow. So Flash did a lot of heavy lifting this year to make sure that all the other shows in CW got to love. Well, those were some great comic book TV shows, but you guys had the final word on what was going to be considered the best comic book TV show of 2016, and the clique has chosen
Fastest Man Alive.
The Flash. Barry Allen, The Flash. Flash Season 2 was voted the best television show of 2016.
Now, I don't blame any of you. It's amazing.
For great reasons. It's amazing what they've been able to do with the Flash character. You can see, I'm even wearing my Central City shirt. I've become a Flash fan for the amazing things that they were able to do, not only in this season, but the entirety of the show. And I can't wait to see what Barry Allen has in store in 2017.